Welcome back, everybody. For those of you that don't know, I'm Jillian Shanahan, and we talk about teaching online on this channel. And a long, long time ago, you guys let me know in the comments here, has anybody ever worked for VIPKid before? Because I know that's where a lot of us started at one point in time, and a lot of things changed back during double reduction. So they went from being like the head, the top best
tier.
They were the one that everybody wanted to be like. And then double reduction happened in China and everything came crashing down. Since that happened, they have been working to, they're global now, right? Like that's what their change was.
I have been working for VIPTeacher, formerly known as VIPKid, for, I don't know, like 6-7 years now. And I did stop for a little while when they did the reduction. And then saying, well, I'm getting booked. And I'm like, I want to earn a little bit of extra money. The holidays were coming up a couple years ago. And I was like, I'm just going to start opening slots. They still kept renewing my contract. So I opened slots and started getting bookings right away. And I was like, okay. Now I know some people aren't getting the bookings that they're hoping for, and some are. It's been like that since I've started years and years ago. Some teachers get a lot of bookings while others, it takes a while.
So is it kind of like, is it like the same bookings as like when you started back like in like 2017 or whatever?
For me, everything I have opened, I have been booking. So I'm not really sure. Some teachers are like, I've been opening for the last couple of months and not getting bookings. And some of us are like we just keep getting them. So I don't know. My thing is check your profiles and all of that, or just give it a fresh, free, new look,
VIPKid Teacher is one of those where, like a lot of these ESL companies, your profile picture, your bio, your intro video, all of that is going to determine your bookings. So if teachers are getting bookings with, I'm sorry, it's not VIPKid anymore. It's
VIPTeacher.
Yeah, let me try to stop that.
In my videos, I'm like, you know, I'm going to mess this up for the next however many years. So
but like if other teachers are getting bookings within a platform, that means the bookings are there, especially if they're fully booked. It means that the students are there. There's something wrong on your end. So update. If she's getting these bookings, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. It means that they've got the bookings.
Have more openings too coming up. I guess they are like we said, they're going global, but they have a few more things in the works. They say they're going to be keeping us busy here shortly. Through the whole thing, I've been saying if one company can make it through this, they will be one of them, just because they were so big and willing to pivot and change.
What does it look like working for them? They're global. So are you still working Beijing time hours? Who are you teaching? What does that look like?
So I have mostly students in Beijing again, a few from the Middle East now. Those are mostly trials. So I feel like they are coming on. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there is an influx of students coming in. I have a couple of regulars from there, but mostly my students are still from China. And I have 2 or 3 from Korea right now.
Okay. So now with it changing from, I remember some talk going on back during double reduction that maybe VIPKid would start teaching adults and have adult classes, because is that why it's VIPTeacher now?
Maybe it's a new look. We're not orange anymore,
Well, that's better.
So the revamp. Okay, I do have a couple of adult students actually. So that's kind of, I don't want to say a breath of fresh air, but it's kind of nice.
So if you wanted to, you could hypothetically like just teach if you just wanted to teach the adults, you could only take the adult classes, right? You could do something like that, or
I would think so if you just get those certifications. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you'll open up your screen in adult class and there's like a 5-year-old and you're like, where did you come from? Like, it's still VIPKid, VIPTeacher. I mean, we're still going to have some of those, sometimes the kids take the parents' class just for talk, for some practice and things. So you are still going to have some of those mix-ups, but generally you only get the certifications you want. A ton of them now. I will say the least favorite for most people, but I have a ton of students in there, is Tiger School.
Oh, is that pre-K?
Okay, so
There
this
we
is
go.
where I'm at so far this month. So I only open about this many classes per week. So I start about 4:30 and I finish usually around 8. But this one,
That's a pretty booked schedule. That is
yeah. And this one just
that's
canceled this
full time.
morning. I
So
usually
you're
take,
working like what, like 15 hours a week maybe?
yeah,
Maybe more.
not too
Okay.
many, but just enough for the holidays, you know. I'll show you the tier system now. This is the way it works. So I'm on tier 8 because I've had 5,000 classes. So these are how the tiers work here. So see, it took me a long time to move up the tiers.
The tier is all overall lifetime VIP kid teacher.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So when I
understand.
first start the month off, I'm at like $7.80 per class. After
Okay.
20 classes, I get 8.20. You know what I mean?
But because you've been with them longer, you get paid, like your base level pay is
Right.
more than, okay, I see.
So the main things that will disqualify you right away is you cannot live. So you have to be able to work in the USA or Canada. And you cannot have a residency in California, Connecticut, New York, Washington, or Washington, D.C. They are requiring you now to have a bachelor's degree. You've always had to have that. But you need to have a teaching certificate or an ESL certification. So a TESOL or a TEFL, which Jillian has a code for, so we can all
I can
use
drop
that to get certified there. Yeah, if you want to drop that. When you are doing your basic information, if you don't have that in there, you're not moving on to the next step at all. So your basic information has to have some type of teaching certificate or an ESL certification on there. After you finish like the basic information, you move on to the demo interview and upload all of your information. And that's been very important. They say people are disqualifying themselves because now, back in the day when Julia and I started, we just uploaded everything to a site. Now you have to email it to their actual recruiting team.
You go on, you apply, and then it gives you an email and it says, please submit the following documentation, and it tells you like XYZ, right? You have like a
Mhm.
checklist of what you have to send. You send that in, then what happens? What does the rest of the process look like?
So before you send that in, they actually give you an interview and a demo. It's about 25 minutes, but you're only teaching for about 10 minutes. So I made a little video helping people out with that. You still need props. All over VIP teacher land, they're saying no more props, no more background. You still need an educational or something in the background and props. That is part of the rubric. So
Oh,
when they're trying to hire you during your demo, they are looking for those things. You don't have to have everything set up. But you do need to have something.
is it still off of the app like
Yes.
it used to?
No
Okay.
more iPads. You can't teach on iPads anymore. If you don't mind using my link to get there to add your basic information, Jillian put my link down in there. Basically, you'll just use that link, send in your basic information, and then that's all done online. Have your demo and interview, and then there is an email for them to send
Okay.
all that in. But I can give
Okay.
that to you, or I mean, they will give it to you as
So
well.
is this it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's her email if you need to email her. Her link, please. She doesn't get paid by VIP Kid Teacher, VIP Kid, whatever their name is now.
I know,
She
VIP
doesn't get
teacher.
paid by them to help grow their teacher base. So there is a referral bonus. So
Mhm.
whenever somebody is doing something like this, please always use the referral bonus because it's teachers supporting teachers, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it's just like a little extra for her taking the time to come on here and educate you about it. So, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask her too, but make sure that you use her referral link. Do the interview, they say, okay, you pass the interview, send me your documentation. Okay. You send
Mhm.
the documentation. Then what is the next step? Like you get an email saying like open up classes, or do you have to take
Yeah.
training, or like what happens?
Well, you might remember, but I think VIP Teacher has the best trainings. I think a lot of their professional development is actually pretty good. So you will start taking those certifications and open up your classes because you are featured for the first few days, if not the first 2 weeks. You are like a featured teacher, new upcoming. So be prepared to teach when you open your slots. I would definitely start your certifications and start opening. I will say right now, the most bookings I have is the new English in the Family classes. They're kind of like our old MC courses. The workshops are optional. They still have workshops going on, but the training's to get your certificates. So if you want to teach Tiger School, you need to go through the training, which if you read it all 30, 45 minutes, you could take the little quiz at the end.